Hi everybody, Verna Lictor here, and I just wanted to make this video because I have had so many people asking me about my recent experience in silence. I don't know if you know that, but for about 7 days, I went in completely silence. I went to a space where everyone was in silence for 7 days without TV or computer or no texting, no reading, no eye contact. And everybody was so curious and why are you doing this? What happened? And all that stuff. So that's why I'm making this video. So if you'd like to know why, there was also a little bit of a story that I wrote in a little blog, so you can see my journal. Also, and also because I wanted to share with you what it is that you can get when you really, really start to go deep into yourselves and what it is, how you can use that for your growth. Um, I have wanted to do this for a long time, and but I was really definitely waiting for my daughter to be a little bit older, so that she wouldn't be, "Where's mommy? Why can't mama talk to me?" You know, mommy disappeared from the face of the earth for 7 days. But she's a teenager now, and she was going on a field trip with her school. Not it wasn't planned that way, but it just turned out that my flight and my retreat it started exactly on the same day as her field trip. So the universe was definitely telling me this is the right time for you to do this. So it was very interesting. For those 7 days, I meditated from 7:30 in the morning to 9:30 p.m. at night, and everybody was wondering if I was going to be anxious, and I started wondering if I was going to be anxious too. I was like, well, I'm also a quiet person, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal, and I really wanted to do this, and I actually very curious to know how I would handle that. So that was not very hard at all, actually. I really enjoyed, and I found out that people actually have a talent of making noise even when they don't speak. There's a lot of coughing and feed and all that stuff. So you start to really notice a lot of different sounds they are out there when nobody else is talking. And it was a very interesting process. I discovered a lot of things. I have a lot of clarity about things. And sometimes very simple things, and sometimes things a little bit deeper. Um, so I do invite you to bring silence into your life. And that means, you don't have to go on a silent retreat, but you can, when you come home, you don't turn anything on. You don't have to turn the TV on, and you don't have to go read a book. You don't have to reach out for your phone every 2 seconds. And that's one of the things that I have noticed about myself, that I was reaching out for my phone every free moment instead of really being present and really enjoying whatever was happening in my life at that moment. I would, oh, okay, red light, phone, or, oh, okay, break, phone. So that's one of the things that I have decided of taking away from my life. I have deleted Facebook and Messenger from my phone, so you will not be able to reach me that way. When I am on my desktop, I will answer to all my Facebook messages. But what are the things in your life that you feel that you're reaching out to so that you do not address things that may be bothering you? That is just definitely not helping you. It is definitely just preventing you from healing yourself, for real. Not hiding from things are not going to make them go away. Hiding from things are just going to make it stronger within you. And one day you might just, completely explode and go into really things that are a lot harder to heal. And some people go through nervous breakdown, for example. I'm not saying it's going to happen with you, but or depression, as it happened with me, or anxiety, or whatever it is that you're going to be going through, or even things in your body. When people start having physical pain, all those things are coming from things that were not addressed in the past. And if you did not know, then of course it's not our fault that we are not exposed to those things from very early on. But if you do have the awareness that you do know right now that you do have something that you can do to prevent those things from happening, then this is it. Going within and finding your own truth and dealing with your whatever it is that's going through within you, and knowing that you do have to address things for them to heal. And sometimes, you know, in the light of truth, there's nothing that you can't handle. And for me, is being sincere with myself, because we tell ourselves a lot of stories. And I actually realized during this 7 day in silence that I've been telling myself a story for the past 10 years that it wasn't true. Actually, literally been blaming some people for certain things that have happened in my life. And in the light of truth, I was able to say, okay, repeat the story that you've been telling yourself for the past 10 years. And sometimes when something happens to you, that keeps going, right? It keeps going over and over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, we have about between 60, 80,000 thoughts a day. 80% of those thoughts are negative. 95% of those are repetitive thoughts. So that means that you're having about 64,000 thoughts a day that are negative. And every single thought that is negative, you're having a chemical reaction in your body. So this is the seriousness of this. So address as such, right? It is time for us, if you're ready for it, to address those things. So for me, I was blaming these people for about 10 years. How dare they betray me, right? How dare they do that? And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. This is what you did, you know? And you know, it is a reality check. Be honest with yourself. Be really truthful. I mean, and you know, and we always try to find blame outside ourselves. And sometimes, you know, it is. And sometimes things are done to you. Sometimes it is somebody else's that has done something to you. But whatever they did to you stops at the moment they stop doing that to you. Unless right now you're still in a very abusive relationship or something's still happening within in your life, then it's time to move on from that as well, right? But if it's something that happened in the past and stopped and is done, everything else from then on is you. So being able to be honest and address those things are the beginning of your true healing. So I just wanted to share this with you. And what are the things that you can start doing today? Well, right now, once we're done with this video, within the next hour, make this commitment to yourself to ask yourself, what are the stories you've been telling yourself? And maybe a few of them are going to pop in, whatever it is that you feel like right now you've been carrying within you. And you might say, hey, it's still that person's fault. Okay, well, maybe it is, right? Maybe it is. But even if it was, it happened. It's done, and it's time to heal. I'm not just saying move on, because that's really a hard thing to do. How do you heal? How, now that you know that you've been, once you admit that to yourself, they'll have a lot less power. And as a matter of fact, I've been dreading this group of people for a long time. And now I just don't care. And you know, I took time to deal with that while I was away. And it feels so good. I feel so much lighter. And there's a lot of clarity about a lot of other things. And sometimes very simple things. I'm like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life. And now I realize, what the heck did I do that? You know, it's just silly, you know, or not. So the light of the truth is important. So one of the things is make a commitment to yourself. From now on, just tell yourself the truth. It doesn't really matter if you're going to lie to other people, because if that's what you want to do, although the truth is always the best thing to do, but be honest with yourself. That you can do, right? That you can do. I am a big believer in the truth of telling everybody else the truth, but be truthful to yourself. What it is that you're telling yourself stories. Relationships, blaming your spouse, your ex, your boss. I mean, you know, whatever stories you want to tell yourself that you keep repeating. And, you know, from those 64,000 negative thoughts that you have, if you just deal with all of these, how many less of those repetitive thoughts you will have that are negative just because you dealt with these issues? Just right there, your healing is going to start. Now, of course, for me, I completely learned a new way of meditation. I'm still continuing doing all my other meditations, but I have really learned a new way of meditating, and I would love to share that with you. So one of the things that I've been doing now that I return is I will change the structure of our meditation classes at the studio. Right now, we offer meditation Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will no longer offer meditation Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will only offer meditation Wednesday morning. And then I'll be offering meditation also on Saturdays because I will be able to have anyone who is interested. And I know you work during the day, it's hard to make it to the studio. So Saturdays, we will be starting some meditation classes 1 p.m. on Saturdays, and I will be making that announcement when that's going to happen at the studio. But if you're not at the studio, you don't live in town, you don't live in Tampa, and you still want to work, do some inner work and work with me, we can still do that. You can just reach out to me. My email address is, I'm going to see if I can put that email address somewhere here in this video below. You can, if you're getting this via email, you can just reply to this email. To start working within yourself and start yourself on that journey to healing. So I hope this video is helpful to you. If you do want to chit chat with me and you want to schedule a coffee or tea, I'd love to do that with you and just chit chat and talk about your inner healing, about spirituality, meditation, and we can just touch bases and talk about how I can help you in your healing journey. Okay? Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful and you have a wonderful day. Namaste.